Avast, ye scurvy scum!
You come seeking adventure and salty old pirates, eh? Sure you've come to the proper place.
Pirates, as many people know, sailed under a black flag. What many didn't know is that many of the pirates were as black as the flags they flew. The golden age of piracy was also the heyday of the Atlantic slave trade. Some pirates participated in the slave trade and shared their companions' attitude that Africans were commodities for sale. There are hard and practical reasons why Africans made good pirates. Tough enough and smart enough to escape bondage, a runaway slave could be counted on to fight to keep his freedom. Indeed, at least 2 crews were entirely black. It is hardly surprising that Africans, confronted with European or American culture, chose piracy. Pirates judged Africans more on the basis of their language and sailing skills. Tough enough and smart enough to escape bondage, a runaway slave could be counted on to fight to keep his freedom. The black pirate most often written about is Black Caesar, a tall African chief with great strength and keen intelligence. A conniving captain lured him and his warriors aboard a slaver with a gold watch that fascinated Caesar. Once on board, the captain and his men plied the Africans with food, while enticing them with jewels, silk scarves, and furs. Caesar failed to notice that the slaver put to sea. He and his men fought the ship's crew, but the slavers eventually subdued the Africans. During his confinement, Caesar refused to eat or drink. One sailor showed Caesar kindness, and the two eventually became friends. When the slaver wrecked on the reefs off Florida, the sailor freed Caesar and the two escaped in a longboat, loaded with supplies and ammunition for a nearby island. Together, they attacked passing ships. Whenever one was spotted, they rowed the longboat near the vessel and pretended to be shipwrecked sailors. Once on board their victim, they seized control and took their treasure ashore. In 1718, while under attack from the Royal Navy, Blackbeard ordered Caesar to stand in the powder room with a lit match. If the Navy succeeded in subduing the pirates, he was to blow up the ship. But he was captured and taken to Virginia and danced the hempeg jig. Lorenz de Graaf was a Dutch pirate described as tall, blond, mustached, and handsome. Historians of his day never revealed that he was a runaway slave, simply because of what might happen should the slave population of the Caribbean find out about his success. De Graaf was the material of legends. A successful pirate and well-cultured, he is said to have been genteel and refined, and kept musicians aboard ship to entertain himself and crew. During a 30-year-long career, he defeated a British naval vessel in combat, attacked and captured nearly every town on the Spanish Main, notably Veracruz. The last known destination of Lorenz de Graaf was Louisiana, where he intended to help set up a French colony near Biloxi, Mississippi. Some sources claim he died there. During the 17th and 18th century, as many as 30% of the sailors were African American. At sea, African Americans worked as cooks, musicians, skilled sailors, and unskilled workers. Julian was one of 30 to 50 Africans in the pirate crew, all treated as equals. Julian's life took a turn for the worse after he survived the Wada wreck in 1717. A purported unruly slave, Julian the Indian was sold to another owner and often tried to escape. During one attempt, he killed a bounty hunter who was trying to catch him. He was executed in 1733. Recognition of the Africans' role in the maritime world of pirates has been slow to enter America's perception of its past. Like their brethren, who weren't given a chance to stand trial, but were sold into slavery, these pirates remain lost to history.